YouTube? This is Steve from Average Joe's Fantasy Football, and we are talking Week 17 waiver wire video. This is championship week. Hopefully you guys have made it. If you have not, and you're still watching this just for fun, thank you guys so much, and hope you guys had a great season. I can't wait to talk some Dynasty and some rookie stuff. We got some great content coming up in the new year, so hope you guys had a great holiday, and of course, a happy new year. Well, we're going to jump right into this. We're going to talk some players that could be players you really need to add and consider putting on your roster. Now, the first one's going to be Joe Flacco versus the Jets. He's available in 67% of most leagues. Flacco has been great in the 4 games he has played, averaging 20 points a game and averaging 326 yards a game, which is ridiculous. Like coming off the couch, just slinging over 300 yards a game. Now, I don't love the matchup against the Jets, so you'll have to stay tuned to my start and sit video for the quarterback to see what I talk about, but he has played so well that it may not matter, or you just don't have the opportunity to go after another quarterback because it is far and few in between. Now, Amari has looked great for him, which has really helped Joe Flacco. Like Amari Cooper had a season saving for most of you out there in fantasy with over 50 points. And again, he trusts him. Like Flacco absolutely trusts him. He throws down the field, trusts that Amari Cooper is going to do what he needs to do. So again, Flacco is definitely a quarterback you may want to consider grabbing. He's available in a lot of leagues. I don't love his matchup. And like I said, stay tuned to the start and sit to kind of learn more about it. But I do think he should be added to your roster. Another quarterback I think you should consider is Baker Mayfield. And I've talked him up almost every single week. He's going against the Saints this week. Now, his availability is a lot less. He's only available in 36% of leagues. Last outing against the Saints in week 4, he put up 23 fantasy points with 3 touchdowns. Now, Baker has been playing really well this season, definitely trying to fight for that extended contract. In the last 3 games, he's averaged 22 points a game with 8 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. So his turnover rate has definitely gone down. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers look really good. They're really getting themselves in a position to take over the NFC South to get that division win and a nice little wild card spot at the seed 4. They still have some important games. Like this is a big one. They have to do well against the Saints. If they win, they clutch that divisional title. So this is important. I think Baker Mayfield does continue that success. Now, as far as running backs, I'm going to mention Zamir White versus the Colts. He's available in 70% of most leagues. Now, with the last minute Josh Jacobs not playing due to the flu symptoms or his sickness, man, Zamir White, if you were able to grab him, definitely helped. He had a great game. He had 15 points. With 145 yards on the ground. Like he did a great job. Now, there's no news as of right now if Josh Jacobs is out this upcoming week. So the reason I mentioned him is whether you're handcuffing Jacobs or if you're just trying to prevent your opponent this week, get Zamir White. Again, 70%. If you have a spot, grab him. At this point, stop looking at depth. You've got to get players that are absolutely going to have some value for your roster. This is the week for you. Again, Kansas City's defense hasn't been great. As of late, they've been struggling. So that 145 yards was, I think, a little bit more skewed, even though Kansas City does do pretty well all season. But a great matchup against the Colts, who have not been great against the run. I think this is going to be a really good matchup. I do like this opportunity for Zamir White if he ends up playing. Another running back is Clyde Edwards-Helaire versus the Bengals. He's available in 64% of most leagues. Injuries are definitely adding up for Kansas City. McKinnon is on IR, and on Monday's horrendous game, Pacheco left the game with a concussion. Now, right now, he's in protocol, so we don't know what's going to happen with them this week, if he does play or not. Obviously, something to keep an eye on. And if he does not, or even if he doesn't, you should still consider grabbing Clyde Edwards-Helaire, because right now, he is going to be the guy getting the ball. With Pacheco out, the touches are there, the opportunities are there, and a game that I think Kansas City is going to have a really big game. I think they're going to have a huge turnaround against the Cincinnati Bengals. I do like Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Now, the only receiver I'm going to mention, you could talk about like Shaheed or something like that, but I'm actually mentioning KJ Osborn versus the Packers. He's available in 83% of most leagues. With Addison getting hurt and leaving the game, KJ put up 20 points with 95 yards and a touchdown. There's definitely a chance that Addison could miss this week, which would put Osborn in a great position to succeed. Vikings also lost TJ Hawkinson, which is obviously a big issue as well. So realistically, you got Justin Jefferson and KJ Osborn as the main targets for the quarterback. Now, they have not announced a starting quarterback, so it could be Nick Mullins. They could go back to Dobbs. Nothing's been really announced yet. I still think it's going to be Nick Mullins. I think they're going to put it back to him because he's played okay. Like, I get it. Like, he's not playing as great as they would hoped. He's playing okay. But as far as fantasy aspect, I actually think I'd rather have Nick Mullins in there. So I'm hoping they put him in there just because I think he's going to push the ball down the field. He knows this offense a lot more. He's been in this offense more than Dobbs. So we'll see. But I do like KJ Osborn as a good grab this week. Now at the tight end position, I've got Chigo Okonkwo versus the Texans. He's available in 68% of most leagues. In the last 5 weeks, Chigo has seen 5 targets a game and averaging 10.4 points in fantasy, which has been great. Coming off an 18-point performance with 63 yards and a touchdown, Chigo should still see plenty of opportunities, whether it be Will Levis or Tannehill at the quarterback position. I do think he's getting a lot more red zone opportunities as well. So again, if he's getting 5 to 6 targets, it's a great opportunity for him to have some success this week. I do like him as a nice little pickup. Now, the other tight end who I'm surprised is still only 81% available is Tucker Kraft versus the Vikings. Look, Kraft has been great the last 3 weeks. Since getting the start since week 12, he's done a great job. Love has seemed to trust him. He's throwing him and giving him opportunities. In the last 3 games, he's averaging 12 points a game and averaging over 60 yards in the air. With all the injuries at wide receiver, Kraft is continuously seeing the opportunities, getting the targets. Again, why is he still out there at 81%? Not really sure, unless you're just stacked right now at the championship level with your tight end. With the injury at Hockenson, you definitely need to grab a tight end. I think Tucker Kraft's going to be a great fill-in. So those are my Week 17 waiver wire. Again, if you have questions of players you should pick up, okay, of course, hit us up in the comments down below. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Stay tuned to our start and sit videos for this week to help you guys out. And of course, with anything else, if you're in Dynasty, make sure you guys are paying attention to the whole offseason. We got some great content coming from the Senior Bowl and of course, draft and so on. So again, thank you guys so much, and I'll check you guys out next time.